This is from AT&T. It's a patent application entitled Routing Policies for Biological Hosts. The above paragraph explains how a biological host may have short-range intra-host networks. That is, the brain of any human or animal has the neurological area network.
What here he's talking about, when you're talking about one brain talking to another brain, what you're actually talking about is telepathy. On a spiritual level, you have telepathy because the spiritual levels may actually be working on AI anyway. If we are in a matrix, which has been proposed by Nick Bostrom and Talbot, then the matrix system that we live on would have to have, because it's so much more advanced than us, it has to survive on AI or quantum mechanics or whatever comes after quantum mechanics. So there's a telepathy that's based on a technology that we don't understand, which we call spirituality. The technology that we're creating is like the physical earth form of that spirituality. So when you have telepathy, it's to do with sensors going into people's heads. When you have telepathy that's going from a human to an animal, and you're basically joining together through a web or through a network, you're actually talking about interspecies.
Brain-to-brain communications. For example, your brain communicating to your cat's brain. Different people and animals may conduct inter-host communications.
Now, interspeciesism is something that is not something that is new. Interspecies genetics have already been made. For instance, strawberries have had fish genetics injected into them so they can last in colder temperatures longer. We've already been meddling between animal genetics and plant genetics. We've already been fusing pigs with genetics in order to create better organs or blood for us, because part of the plan is to be able to grow limbs and organs on animals and then use them for ourselves. Although I hope that we'll get 3D printing before we have to do that. So this idea of interspecies activity linking human and animal together has been something that has happened in the past. If you look at Neanderthals and humans mated, that's interspecies. If you look at the Bible, the angels or the gods mated with humans, that's interspecies. If you look at the old myths and legends, if you look at the sculptures from Egypt, you have half man, half god. That seems to be some sort of interspecies genetic modification that has gone on, if it's real. Otherwise it's symbolic. But if it is symbolic and spiritual, then you're talking about a spiritual symbiotic relationship, an interspiritual symbiotic interspecies entity relationship. So humans have always been, it seems, mixing with other things. Whether or not that's good or bad is an ethical question besides the point, but it seems that in the history of humanity and the creation of humanity, there seems to have been interspecies mating. And part of the future, it seems as if it's being pushed to have interspecies mating as well. Whether that's with technology or with plant or with animal, we haven't yet found out, but they are playing with what's going on.
Then communications may be sent between different biological hosts. In more simple terms, one person's brain may control another person's body and vice versa.